Cool, very, very exciting. And again, not a super traditional draft coming out from Team Radiant here. Obviously the Weaver's very strong, the Ursa's very strong, and the Primal's very strong, and the Sven. But sidelined by MGC, but the rest of his team is right behind him. Glipnir, once again, Ghost is being the biggest pain he possibly can. BKB comes out onto the troll, and they decide to just...
He's just like walking back top. He's like half HP, he didn't get a kill.
Battle Fury delayed just a little bit longer. Although he's not too far, another 600 gold.
The only rupture and like I ulted the assist.
And I know that's a really like really particular
causing so much disruption of fight. I kind of want to see someone else on Radiant disrupt this axe as well though, because he's all the fights I think but he does benefit that he gets a huge... Oh, PPX in trouble.
Oh,
and a hook shot onto an ally.
It's out, but I don't think it'll matter too much, George. George, that's a big scary bear, and for the first time he's just getting some damage and applying it to you. RFA is going to do his best to run away.
Ghost is carrying his team right now.
I'm not opposed.
That was a nice TP. It was a little bit slow dropping the sentry at the start, but they still do eventually get the kill.
Okay. Not a believer, Ilstaya. Let's see if Daya can prove you.
And
careful, Snap, you're out of position and there's a big cranky dinosaur behind you. He's just going to take a little stroll while he slams his hands, and that Snap is absolutely gone. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Huge stun onto the Clinks, and they annihilate him, but he drops a skeleton! Fish goes forward looking for Mars, but Mars blinks away.
They did no buyback on.
Squirrel is chasing him. He should just get away here, right? Even though he has been dusted.
Gleipnir in 1 second.
There's the Gleipnir. He might have to pop his ult here, but the silence comes.
Yeah.
This big cranky Slardar, and they played really well in doing just that. I felt like every single time the Lifestealer ult was up, he was inside the fish, and the fish was blinking on someone. They were just using it to take kills again and again.
Radiant Roche. Yeah, whereas the troll kind of got his Battle Fury and then was coming to fight. Yeah, I think maybe he could have lived. And I think instead of going for the overwhelming blink, he goes for a Wind Waker instead. I think that's probably the better item here. Good of Huncho and...
Oh, looks like the fish is porting in. I don't think he expected to see all of those heroes there when he ports in, but hey, they find the clockwork and the clockwork goes down. Meanwhile, Reverie doing what he can. But the heal, the sustain coming out from that Wyvern might be enough to keep him in the game. He pops cheese, but there is another massive ult coming out from the Wyvern to save the candy of that Ursa. That Ursa was a whole lot of We were taking just Mars, Rat, most games. Any game we could get Mars and Rat. And one of the problems we bumped into, even though we were winning pretty much the whole time, one of the things we were
getting to have a nice, really chill time now. He has got his blink.
Okay, Blink on Ursa.
Roche? No, he's gonna go bottom. Probably wait until it's ambush. So it's fine for him to die there. And they also, as you said, kill Darkseer, so it's kind of 1-on-1, and he stops them pushing high ground, so definitely worth. But
Stumbles away herself.
so many people keep on getting low, and there's just not enough to kill.
They are waiting for Ghost. Dust comes out, put him in a tree. No way!
And if not, he might be snap mid, and you put Sanking offlane, but I don't think Sanking to Ursa. But
Okay. Ursa is the worst. We've seen this here.
I am curious to see how this mid lane plays though. The changes to static slide. I think it looks like Huncho is winning.
Oh, huge dodge from Ghost, using his ult once again. They need to be careful though, because the axe at any point can blink into these fights. They did just
and that
trade.
was 2 ults committed to kill a +5 as
resistance, so he might be in a whole bunch of trouble here. Rat will take that kill, cheeky little side shot, but the Wyvern's here, and now Johnny's in a whole lot of trouble. That good start that he had is about to just slip right out. Looks like MGC needs to get out of here, and so does that Ursa, because they are now turning and running straight into that Radiant team. Phenomenal call from that axe there, and he might Clinks do Clinks things, you know, playing in the enemy jungle, playing in the back lanes. He's got his Dragonlance, he's got his Desolator. We might see him start to have a bit more impact now, I think. Just takes, okay,
which I think is still better than
that skeleton
appearing when you die.
even
Even Miranda's is better than fucking Clinks's. So
that's actually pretty garbage.
I just
oh, sorry. I thought maybe RFA was in a whole bunch of trouble there, but he's not. I think maybe once Huncho has himself an extra bracer, a wand, these sort of things, this lane gets it. Oh, Dark's here. Pops his wand and he's okay. I mean, Dark's here off to a pretty good game, 14-0. You'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Had a pretty substantial lead there, and it just sort of drops away. What goes wrong? What happened at 25 minutes, Ilstaria? That just started the swing back in the opposite direction. Go for the Shivas after his blink.
yeah, it's nice armor. Obviously, it's got the heal reduction.
Still playing deep, and I know he's got his ult coming up in 1 second, so I get it, but they decide to just take RFA out underneath the tower. Slaughter Gang lurking on the side. There is a double damage on this Sand King, and I think he's going to probably put it to work against...
I mean, I don't think he cares. He was already low HP anyway and low mana. He gets to go to base for free. He's got 2 braces. Wait, mid.
Mid lane. Sand King's diving.
But it's a support pairing.
Where's the... I guess the Sven stun. It is a good stun, but it's not a super long stun.
The Wyvern doesn't get any part of the XP, but it's...
Oh my lord, that is a whole bunch of damage coming out onto that Snapfire, and she's in a whole lot of trouble. Alexa try and jump, make a few plays. So, we'll just have to see. He's had the Hoodwink here to support him. He's had the Hoodwink keeping him nice and healthy. So, hopefully he can seb it up. We'll see.
And he's got a smoke. I think they should go for a kill with Axe and Snap and the Hoodwink. They've got a lot of damage. They can probably kill anyone.
Well, looks like... bit easier, but he has been completely bullied out early, so... And sometimes in mid, all it takes is being bullied out early for a lane to swing in one direction pretty hard. There's that static slide. Damage coming out from Primal Beast is pretty significant as well, right? So I do like the Eternal Shroud. Sometimes you see these heroes just pick up an item that like you always build. Maybe that's why. Hang on, Ghost. Trying to finish off the snap before he goes down, but nope, he stands there, dukes it out, and it's not a duke that he wins.
Beast, but I mean he's 11 and 5, and you know, obviously did quite well. Second most damage on his team.
Also, this team, for some reason, these guys just jump in.
Oh no, because I don't think you really want to land it to tanking. I don't know. I think it'll be offlane. I think they're saving mid for last pick on both teams. Or actually no, carry for Dire and mid for. Even necessarily need a bottle, but if you do, you. Oh my god.
Quite a lot of damage. Oh, meanwhile, Life Stealer goes down, might have overextended.
Anywhere near as impactful as his axe in the previous series. I just think it really boils down to Radiant had.
Hoodwink's gonna block the camp, I imagine. Yeah. Okay, so which lane are we watching here? I guess the stun with the Ursa is a pretty spooky lane. Mid's gonna be a whole lot.
Is under attack.
Benefit to Radiant because
Lifesteal is
you
fine,
want
right?
this Clinks to be getting a. You want this Clinks to have a good lane so he can like look for picks and stuff by himself. Or
Over the cliff to get away from the big old dinosaur. And I wonder if she feeds herself to the tower here rather than feeding the kill, because that Weaver will look for her. She starts to
TP.
port. Weaver's coming up. He doesn't have the damage.
Yeah,
Smart
good
play.
TP.
Just
Galvanized stacks, which is something you always have to remember playing against a storm. That you're not just, you know, it's not just deaths for golden eggs.
Listen careful. This Mars trying to get in there. He still might catch someone with the ult here, depending on how he throws it. Yep, spear comes out onto the fish. The fish is pinned against the wall. In comes the damage from the very little.
They could let the Wyvern kill the axe. If it was just Ursa that they were relying on killing him, he's probably staying alive forever. But having a ranged take from the Mars, which
Look, I said this last night. It'll start. Hold on. My microphone just cut out, and MGC is caught with the Sand King mid, but it has looked strong in the pro scene, right? Like, it has looked good when it's the right game for it. So, and this troll is always super strong.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Can they catch any more? They're pretty quick on Team Dire.
That may have been the reveal of a Hex on the Darkseer as well.
Hex catches the storm spirit out there for sure. Yeah. The 5-minute delay on, so
Yeah.
while the game's gone straight back up, you'll still have 5 minutes to talk sweet Dota to me, Ilstaya. You know, I've been casting the lower division.
You know,
Oh, Storm
there's the
zip in
possibility that
onto
that's
the
a
Sven position 5, and I think this Sven's position 5 just goes down here. That's he's trying to get his galvanized stacks back, so he decides to just die. You know?
Ghost, I believe, is a techie spammer.
Oh, the worst kind of person.
Maybe it's Peely. No, I think it's Ghost. Ghost plays
Super sick play.
He gets on the Weaver queue up an Orchid, and he does have the Oblivion stuff. I don't know if that's as impactful this game as just a dies from like, or gets super low from like 2 hits from the troll, and the troll dies anyway because he's 1 HP when he comes out of the Wyvern ult.
Good to
And
see.
that's nice XP for the Sven to be getting mid. Lifestealer has had to retreat to the jungle because he's level 4 and the Mars is level 6.
As a
Makes
melee
matchups
hero is
much
very difficult to to play into. As I've played against a Storm Spirit recently, as Earth Spirit of actually take the Darkseer kill in mid lane on the Storm, galvanized stacks, but Mars goes down. Did you see that skeleton drop when Clinks died there?
I did, and it was.
Is he going to be able to get out of this situation? That's the question.
He
Looks
does
like
have
Reverie is on
best
top
up
of
in 1
him.
second. Yeah, he
Gets
should be
inside
okay.
the Golem.
He'll
Golem is
have,
rooted.
couldn't get to anyone in a fight. So I was loading into it and it just kicked me
That's okay. I think they do have.
out of
Yeah.
ball lightning.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I would like the slider. Okay,
Stun,
the slider has a
followed by
gem.
the slow, the glip near, the Mars is pinned to the tree.
The incident armlet. He's not really putting out the physical DPS right now.
It's a sustained fight. He wants a long fight.
Yeah, but when the Dire have minus, what is it, 15 armor? Yeah, 15.
It's not the lower division, the intermediate division. Division below this one. And there's a player in that division called Kozzy. I know you've met him and maybe know him well. They elect to pop the halt this time. Oh, he's been silenced. He may not get a chance to pop the ult. The slow comes out. 2, 3. Oh, let's right at the feet of the fish. Oh, but gets the invisibility off.
I think it's some hindsight.
Okay. I think maybe the tempo of the enemy team just put him down. I saw potential there, but I think they just needed more time. But anyway, Slaughter Gang did really well. Okay. I love that change for Sven, by the way. I think that's super cool. Zeus takes a ban again, but this time it is the Dire team that's banned.
Oh. This game is just confusing me. Apparently the only part of the map that exists is mid.
Axgall onto the
catches him just on the edge.
Just thinking about, we said Primal Beast 3 there. A Primal Beast and a Weaver diving you feels like that could feel really bad. That could feel like Batrider. Trying for a play here onto the Hoodwink. He does have quite a lot of damage, and that Hoodwink does not have a whole lot of HP, but there's a beautiful stun from Filipino Rules. Now the silence comes out in reverse. Lifesteal is waiting for him in the trees, and
which is
they're
what
bringing more again. What is this slobber knocker in the mid lane that we're seeing? It's just again and again and again these heroes are running at each other. Looks like the Hoodwink on the sideline looking for a snipe, lands onto the Primal Beast, and the Primal Beast goes. And he has to know that he's dying there, right? Like he's used his ult, he drops a glip when he's like 200 units away from 3 heroes. Like he knows he's dying, he's just gonna his Zeus, his OD, these sort of things. So I see that Huskar ban. I think these guys probably either watched the stream or done their research. Troll and Wyvern!
It'll be a Rax.
3 buybacks on Slaughter Gang.
I don't think they use buybacks for this. They can't get any other lane. They still have 2 tier 2s up. But one really aggressive, super aggressive hero in the Slaughter, and then they had the offlaner and the Pods 5 buying auras, enabling him, backing him up. The Ursa really can't man-fight him with the build that the Axe has.
Awesome pickup, by the way, Ilstaya, detecting that earlier on.
It's just...
it's not going to be the easiest lane for old Ursa, I don't think.
Yeah, and mid, for some reason, Filipino Rules does not have a sentry out for him against...
You remove their vision, and that is the part that tilts me most. God, that is so powerful, and no one's talking about it, but God, it is so frustrating.
It's nutty. It's very reminiscent of Viper and Razor Bloodstone when that was a thing.
He did 6,200 damage just then. 6,200. Brings more. You've got hard lockdown and chase with that Slardar, and you can see the invisible core. Lifesteal is incredible. Darkseer sort of has his place in this. Sand King comes out. Is this the Laurel mid Sand King, do you think?
I think it's still flat. It's when you use Strafe.
Yeah.
The hero, I just think, is in a really bad place. So I think they're griefing themselves by picking it.
Alright, well, we'll see. They touch that fish, but the Darkseer is lurking on the side too. Both these heroes are very low. Clockwork and Mars can get a whole lot done if Radiant
the +1, but he's not in a position where he's going to be able to do that anytime soon.
When does he start doing damage? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a question I also have.
It's like, I'm not trying to flame. Like, you know,
Because it really looked like, it really showed towards the end there that he couldn't play the team fight.
yeah. Like, no one wants to.
In, so it'll be an even lower cooldown. So even if you do time lapse him and he's already used it, he'll probably have it
Oh,
up.
Rev, careful. Oh, predicts over here to deal with these other heroes in the backline, but Reverie's taken a whole bunch of damage, does manage to port out. Huncho uses a whole lot of mana to get there, and then uses a whole lot of mana to get out of there. Slaughter Gang CEO does have the corrosive haze on him. Over to Team Dire. Okay, let's get this show on the road. So, we're expecting to see a bit of action in this game. I guess we've got a Mars and a...
Forward, and then got kited and was just taking all this AoE damage. She got to like a third HP before he could even...
Initiates with the stun, right?
Whereas
Either initiates with the stun, then get silenced, or war cries.
A Gleipnir is going to hold Slardar, Darkseer, Hoodwink, you know...
It's the ult, dodges Johnny, but Johnny has the stun. Johnny's working as hard as he can to get the dunk onto this bug, because it's been annoying him all game, and down goes the bug. Beautiful play. But Oz is here, and down goes Axe! Huncho running his... He pops the blade mail to try and get away from him, but Ari jumps in and deals with the axe. Beautiful play from Ari. Is in trouble when those big tingling. And this is the thing, is that they can dive pretty deep with the dinosaur and the bug. RFA elects to get his Sand King out, but it's going to cost him his life. Picks him up, puts him into the ground. Not much going to be left for him, though Johnny going unchecked this game. He keeps just landing in his fights in fantastic positions. For every good play Ghost is making, Johnny's doing everything he can to keep the game rolling in his...
Was the troll and the Sand King.
You know,
and
I just want to say, just real quickly, like...
Wyvern is about to have Parasma, which is going to be a nice big damage boost.
Jesus. Saves him! That is the BKB out on Reese. He's just going to try and put on as much damage as he can before it runs out. He is, but Sven, looking for more. He does have the Yules if he does get...
You're playing a hero with a blink and you just have a fucking bug on you that you have to then get. And as a Sand King, you're hitting it slowly. It's not like you can just get rid of it really quick. Is it just this Weaver causing him pain? Speaking to the Weaver, rotating in behind this Slardar. Slardar in a whole lot of trouble here. Filipino Rules is trying to run, but there is Clockwork, a Weaver. That Storm Spirit. Is the Storm Spirit dead? He is. Where did that silence come from? It's an Orchid from Slardar, which is pretty normal kind of build.
Ago, 6 months ago, he had a Radiance at 8 minutes. So if this hero gets off to a good start, it's terrifying. Snapfire. Time for him to sneak away.
Yeah, the Weaver has aesthetics cap, so...
Oh, meanwhile, they just dive in base. They do. They dive base, they kill the rat, and down goes Visible and run away from this fight. But the Storm is back, zipping in, trying to get some damage off, as much damage as he can. Lifestealer tries to sustain by getting inside the fish, but it doesn't matter. If Lifestealer gets killed on the Clinks, and it's not so bad. Huncho still has a little bit of mana and can probably get out of there. But I always fear Brewmaster when it is just in the hands of a masterclass player, because, I mean, I think I once saw 33 playing for Team Liquid. It was about 6 months.
And that will always be a big benefit to a draft that has a dedicated aura builder. And it's an important
I mean, Radiant's
field.
electing to stay, right? And if they stay, they are in a whole lot of trouble. The Root comes out to keep that Storm Spirit in place, but good God, there is some damage coming out, and that Storm Spirit just vanishes. And again, but what's surprising to me is that from my memory of this game, the Slaughter boys had. Here I thought it was the Slardar doing the vast majority of their damage, but Lifestealer is starting to come online. Reverie trying to throw some damage from the high
Referee's in
ground,
a
but
really
he might
nice
be
spot now.
pinned in. He forced off himself
might.
down to damage, and how it might be lacking in some places. It is not lacking on that huge Fisher's Club. They are looking
this
for more
Slardar
too.
is just scary.
I mean, we've all... in mid, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Lifestealer shouldn't die bottom alone versus Mars. Although Mars is 2 levels ahead for Lifestealer.
Ghost caught in the cog. Over by the Dire tier 2. Didn't actually catch it on camera, but he is dead, so there's no Ghost in this fight. But I reckon they'll trade the bug for the crab. Yep. Once again, Ghost creates enormous amounts of their crit wave.
Looks like they're gonna take Tormentor, which always feels good when you steal the enemies.
While they wait for their creep wave to do glorious bad.
But I mean, these are pretty much the same bands, aside from the primal.
Dire's turn to pick.
Pretty much the
Oh, look out! Oh, whiffs the stun. But he's going to reappear.
Yeah,
Rod
so-
comes out. Do they go for the hook shot? Oh my god, he decides to just blink forward, but Mars is in the area
He's
with
got
a whole
his
bunch of
BKB now,
cogs.
so
He pops his
he's
BK.
Clinks, and even if he did, they have no Mars Arena now, and no BKB on Mars, so I think this might just be a lane and then GG. Radiant. I know that Johnny plays a lot of Axe, so it'll be offlane.
Team, once again,
He still
does
goes down, but
die.
Storm doesn't get a Galvanize stack, and he loses them as well. That's kind of, I feel like that was kind of a desperation play, because it's... And both of his facets are not that good. You can either teleport to where you eat the creep with Death Pact, or you get, I think it's like a stacking mischance.
A little tiny swarm on him. Like, he had plenty of time.
Yeah, I think that was just a...
Although,
Oh,
he's
nice
got his
cut, some
he's
stacks.
got his ult. Oh, throws the urn onto the hoodwink. Hoodwink, why are you coming back up these stairs? Oh, you want to get the shackle, and here comes Johnny. Johnny, that Wyvern is stacked. Filipino rules is absolutely stacked. I guess